Hello guys, today in this video we shall talk about the poem Bharthari. So guys, let us start first of all the introduction to the poet. Bharthari was a Sanskrit poet, grammarian, moralist and philosopher. He lived in the latter half of the 5th century. He was the king of Ujjain in Malwa in central India. He belongs to Parma dynasty. His younger brother was Vikramaditya, who later on succeeded King Bharthari. Bharthari was generous and great lover of poetry and nature. It is said about him that he renounced the world and retired to the forest to discover the infidelity of his queen Pingla. Bharthari wrote Bharthari Shatak, which has 100 verses, each on Shringar and ethics, which gives up moral education and helps in our character building. Introduction to the poem. The poem is poetry always worthy when it is old, has its certain extract from the works of three great classical writers of Sanskrit literature. Their ideas are translated by John Brooke and edited in English language Anakurian. In this poem, the worthy of poetry is chiefly described. The critics have condemned all the works of three poets. They believe that the works of poetry should be judged and analyzed by the readers themselves. Next, theme of the poem. The theme of the poem is poetry always worthy when it is old, has been based on the value or worth of poetry and the criticism of the critics as the four lines which have been extracted from the work of the Kalidas describe that it is not appropriate to say that an old poem is far better than new one because old poem undergoes to test of time and it is not so with the new one. But the fact is this that the reader should not depend on others to get an answer. They should decide themselves about the value of the people of poets' art. The great poet Bhavabhuti also has similar ideas about poetry. He says that if his poetry is not given importance, he does not care for it. He says that he has not written his poetry for the critics. He believes that time is unlimited and there is no lack of place in this world, so he is very optimistic to future. So he says that one day people would realize the worth and or value of his poetry, so if the critics condemn it in present, there is no use of it. The extract which has been taken from Bharthari, the central idea of the extract is equal to Kalidas. The Bhavabhuti Bharthari also condemns to lesser kind of critics who do not know even a bit about poetry and are unable to compose two words together. They dare to read and analyze the work of a great value, and if they are unable to get the meaning of poem, they begin to condemn the poet and they call the piece senseless. So, Bharthari says in a metaphorical language about these critics, a girl who is less than perfect always blame the dress. Thus, in this poem, the editor of the poem has very beautifully exposed ironically situation of existence of the worth of poetry. Those people believe in the criticism of others, why they should read and analyze this piece of art by themselves. Worthy because it has been undergone the test of time, but it did not mean that whatever the Poetry is in the fashion must be good work, same as a piece of poetry which is new is noteworthy because it has not been passed through the test of time. This is also our wrong emotions because a good writer may write something worthy to read and understand. So it is also foolish act to leave it on others that which piece of art is good or not. Kalidas here asks to readers that the reader should assess the worth of a piece of art, and that is the right way to analyze the works of a writer. Here, Kalidas wants to say that he does not have faith on critics because he believes that it is not necessary that the critic is wiser than poet, and unwise cannot make an appropriate criticism of any piece of art. Bhavabhuti, and another great classical poet of Sanskrit literature, also throws a hit of sharp satire on critics. His four lines are very profound in meaning and full of erudition. He very sharply throws a satire on the critics. He seems to say that if a piece of poetry goes into the hands of lesser kind of critics or illiterate person to be analyzed, then the poetry will lose its dignity and worth. He says that the critics do not assess his piece of poetry. Instead of it, they make a fun of his poetry. He does not care for them. He says he has not written his poetry for such critics. He has full faith on time and its peace and his peace. That is why he says that the time is unlimited and the world is wide, so he can wait his poetry will be read and appreciated by the people someday. So the poet is not in the worry for his poetry to be appreciated in present. Thus the language of both the stanzas is very simple like nursery rhyme, but it is as profound as the gospel. The rhyme scheme of the Khan's poem is ABBA and Bhavabhuti's rhyme is also the same ABBA. In the rest part of the poem, Bhartrhari says that the poet's poem and Bowman's arrow are useless if they fail to overcome the senses the person whose heart they pass. The real success of a poem and arrow lives in moving over sense in the heart. Then the third poet of Sanskrit literature, Bhartrhari, also condemns the false critics and calls them scoundrels. Such people are not able to compose a line or two of a alert in finding faults two of a poem, but they dare to analyze the work of a great poet. They listen very attentively and are alert in finding faults in the poem. Even such critics are unable to understand the meaning of a great poem, but they do not blame their lack of intelligence, but find faults with the poem just as an ugly girl finds fault with the dress. These lesser critics are here splitters. They feel annoyed when they cannot understand the meaning of their works, which have been written for the intelligent readers. They do not blame themselves for their foolishness, but throw the blame on the writers. Thus, Bhartrhari presents a practical and true observation of the way of lesser critics who react to poetry when it is beyond their understanding. In the next stanza, Bhartrhari analyzes human life of 100 years. He says that a man spent half of his life in sleep, a quarter of it in talking rest, living in childhood and suffering on old age, and the rest period of life he spends remaining in illness and disappointment. This is a cycle of the life in which a man cannot get any moment of pleasure. In the last stanza, Bhartari commands on love that exists between husband and wife, and he says that parting in life is sad. The wife does not know what to say to her husband. Disappointment. This is the cycle of life in which a man cannot regain moment of pleasure. In the last stanza, Bhartari commands on love that exists between husband and wife. Uh, he thinks of several options, but all options seem wrong. Finally, the wife asks her husband to teach what she should say at the time of going away. So, guys, now the Bhartari's attitude to life. Bhartari is a practical philosopher. He knows the ways of the world. That's why he has written on morality. Bhartari gives importance to real goodness of friendship, justice, and knowledge. He says that disease and old age are the setback in life which leads up to our declination. Bhartari gave up his throne and renounced the world and retired to the forest when he comes to know the identity of his wife Pingala, same as he has described the stage of man's life which is full of sorrow. Here, it would not be wrong to say that the happiness in an occasional episode in the general drama of pain. Now, the merits of poem. Bhartari's poem is simple in expression but very rich in impression. His Shatak is a collection of 100 verses of Shringar and ethics. He declares that morality is the foundation of human life. Bhartari also expresses the aim of poetry in our life. He condemns false critics who are like an ugly girl who blames her dress and not her ugliness. He says that parting in life is sad and he gives the psychology of human. And finally, the language and style of this poem. The language of the verses of all the three poems is simple, direct, and clear. One can read and understand the meaning about. There is profound expression on the style point of view. Nothing can be said because these verses are in translated form. So, if we discuss about the style and structure of the poem, the appreciation would go in the favor of translation, not in the favor of the poem. Poets' wrong ideas are translated here, however, we can see that the arrangement of the words and phrases and speeches is very logical. In all three pieces, the translator has tried to focus on one great idea, that it is the value of poetry and the criticism of lesser kind of critics. So, guys, this is a full explanation, theme, and critical notes of this poem. Thank you.